If you're looking for something to blast heretics into a red paste, then you have come to the right place. Let me introduce you to my baby, my rock, my friend, the double barrel shotgun. This babe of a weapon excels in killing anything that gets close to you. Well, the exception being it isn't very good at carapace. And it also doesn't do a whole lot of damage to bosses. With that being said, it is good at killing everything else. Drag Ragers causing you problems? Gunners causing you to smash your face into your keyboard? None of that will matter because they will all be turned into a bloody red paste. And that's a cripes guarantee. We will be talking about the double barrel later on in the video, so stick around for that. But for now, we will be discussing our melee weapon of choice. This one was a tough one for me to figure out. I need something that felt right, and I tried a good chunk of weapons to try and pair with this build. The type of melee weapon we needed was something that could take care of carapace enemies, and also could perform well against bosses. My first thought was with the Eviscerator Mark 15. To my surprise, the Eviscerator actually performed really well. If you wanted to, you could run this and be okay. My only problem with this was I wanted something faster, and also different. And I say different because mostly I always run the Eviscerator. I love these big two-handed chain weapons. So my next choice was the Combat Axe. Once again, it felt alright other than the fact it didn't have enough crit for me to make it work. And it also felt slow. I came to the conclusion the perfect weapon for me was the Mark III combat knife, combat blade, whatever you want to call it. It fit exactly with what I needed a melee weapon to do. It can take care of carapace, it can take care of bosses, the only thing it will struggle with is its horde clear. And we take care of this problem by running Lacerate, which gives bleed on non-weak spot hits. It's pretty simple, just spam light attacks into hordes and they will die. Death by 1,000 cuts. And the second blessing I ran is Precognition. Since we will be critting a lot, the extra finesse damage is going to boost your DPS. And another blessing you could run is Uncanny Strikes, if you specifically just want to take out those hard armored targets. And once Uncanny Strikes is stacked up, or 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever stacks it is, this will actually work with your throwing knives, making it easier to take out those targets. Another honorable mention for a weapon would be the dueling sword, but since I already have a video dedicated to that, I wanted to use something different. I won't be discussing every node I take for the talent tree, but I will, however, go over some important ones. First one being Scourge, which gives you crit chance if the target is bleeding, up to 3 stacks. Since we are running Lacerate with our knife, putting bleed on enemies is very easy for us. Think of this like a free 30% crit chance. Also, up next to the top, which is probably the most important node for this build, and that is Anoint and Blood. This gives us 25% damage the closer we are to the target. Which, by the way, you will always be close to the target using the double barrel. The next two nodes we pick up are Second Wind and Enduring Faith. Enduring Faith is a no-brainer since we will be critting a lot, so this will make us more durable in situations where we might not have our ultimate up. Second Wind is also a no-brainer because it is the easiest toughness quote-unquote regeneration that we have. If you aren't dodging all the time, then you need to be. This is just a free 15% toughness by playing the game naturally. Throwing knives are the best choice for this build because we are obviously running a shotgun, which doesn't have much range. Throwing knives will help take out those pesky far-away targets, just like snipers. And the best part about this is you don't need a headshot to kill the snipers. Just aim in their general direction to get the kill. Dance of Death is what really makes the double barrel shine for zealots. By simply just dodging, which by the way, is really easy to proc against ragers that are already swinging. This allows you to tighten your spread by quite a bit and increase your range a bit further than what it normally is. It's really fun with the double barrel, so I suggest you try it out. Going straight down from that, we grab Thy Raft, Be Swift. Now I wouldn't say this is a must-have, but for me, since I suck, it is a must-have. This helps from getting stun locked from any sort of gunner, and will also help make sure that you don't get interrupted while reloading your gun. Ambuscade is our next big pickup, as this allows us to hit certain breakpoints, albeit only from the back. There's really only one enemy this helps us to one-shot in the back, which is Reapers. Everything else we already kill in one shot from the front, so this helps us for when those Reapers start to retreat. It's very niche, but more useful than what the other side is. The aura we are picking up is Loner, which is very out of the norm for most of my builds, and going this path allows you more points to use in the end. We also combine this with toughness regen speed on our Curios. Since we will always technically be in coherency, we can try to abuse how fast we regen our toughness. Keep in mind that if something is swinging at you, your toughness stops regening. Shroud Field will be our ultimate of choice because none of the other ultimates will help to amplify our shotgun damage, since, you know, the shotgun is the focus of our build. We also grab Master Crafted Shroud Field for the extra time to help get us in position to do big damage. And with Invigorating Revelation, we can replenish our toughness and get extra damage reduction if we ever need it in a pinch. One thing I like to do with this is while using a knife, you can just spam light attacks and then spam your ult while doing that, and you can always have your toughness regening while also getting more damage reduction. And the chances are we will always have our ult up probably about every 10 to 15 seconds, so you shouldn't feel like you're wasting the cooldown. We continue to go straight down to pick up Pious Cutthroat. Although this will not make a huge difference because most of our easy targets will probably die to bleed. However, if you manage to randomly proc this 1 or 2 times, it could make a difference of life or death. If you decided to pick up Swift Certainty, I wouldn't be upset because this is also a good choice. For our keystone, we pick up Inexorable Momentum, which gives us 1% melee and range attack speed, and also 1% damage all around per stack up to 15. This is one of the only keystones ZEALOT has that helps increase DPS on your ranged weapon. Since our focus is a shotgun, this is clearly the only choice. We also decided to pick up both keystone modifiers. First one being Inebriate's Poise, which will give us stacks naturally just by dodging. And the other modifier is Retributor's Stance, which gives us 2% toughness per stack we spend. Now if you have a better idea for a node, and you want to get rid of something, Retributor's Stance would be one of my choices. I chose it mostly because the path we chose in our talent tree made us feel very squishy, so I picked this one up to help us feel a bit more durable. And last but not least, we pick up Invocation of Death. Since we will be getting a lot of crits out of the knife, we can utilize this to make sure we always have our stealth up. This is what I meant by you can spam your ult while light attacking with the knife. The guaranteed crit will start your cooldown earlier, giving you more opportunities to flank big gunner packs, or just to get the hell out of dodge. Now for the big boy of the video, which is our Doom Guy gun, the Double Barrel. The 2 perks I chose to run will be 25% damage to flak and 10% damage to elites. This is important as this allows you to one-shot maulers in the front side as long as you aim center mass and are close enough to get some damage from Anointing Blood. The best part with 10% damage to elites is this will help you kill everything that this weapon is already good at. So now you can brag about how much overkill damage you are doing. The first blessing I went with is Both Barrels. With playing our Zealot, I highly suggest 90% of the time to be using your brace shot, as this will allow you to not only one-shot a lot of enemies, but also cleave through multiple enemies. Getting a kill will help you reload faster to get the next kill. This is very good and important for killing big packs of raiders or gunners. The only time I use the single shot would be for targets that are, a bit farther away. It will more than likely require you to fire both of your shells, but you will be able to kill the target. The second blessing we grab is Death Spitter, which gives us stacking power up to 5 for every kill. This is going to help us chain kill things into one another. The power it gives us more damage, which helps with certain breakpoints at certain distances. Remember Dance of Death? Well now, once you start getting stacked up, you can now use your brace shot a lot farther away and still get the kill. Not to mention, power gives us cleave, which will help net you multiple, let's just say, rager kills in one brace shot as long as they are lined up good enough. An honorable mention would have to be Manstopper, which gives you, I want to say, but I'm not too sure, I think it gives you infinite cleave on a crit. So if you wanted to, you could stealth in, try to line up a good juicy shot, and get a guaranteed crit, murdering everything. For the Curios, we go with all toughness for the blessings. Since we don't pick up too many max toughness nodes, we are really lacking on the toughness side. If you want to change one out for max stamina, I wouldn't blame you since we do spam the push attack on the knife for single target DPS. Since we are running stamina regen on all three, I didn't think we needed the max stamina. We also run 5% toughness on all because, like I said, our toughness is just not very good. And the last perk we are going to use will be toughness regeneration speed, which will be a weird one, but it synergizes well with our loner aura, allowing us to quote-unquote quickly regen toughness when we are out of coherency, but technically still in coherency because of the loner. There is a certain playstyle that comes with using this, and to put it simply, your job is to take out high priority targets, and that includes pushing packs of gunners. With having a stealth, you're able to position yourself in a good spot to take out these targets. You are also capable of stealthing out of bad positions to reposition yourself to help your teammates. Now, I'm not saying you should go 50 feet and rush through the mission without your friends. However, I am saying while your teammates are bogged down by something annoying, you're capable of stealthing in and out to kill those targets. I wouldn't waste too much time on killing fodder. Everyone else can take care of that. You can just stealth behind enemy lines and just blast whatever you need to blast. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover, so thank you for sticking it out with me. I was very excited to make this one because the double barrel is one of my favorite guns in the game, and I was having a lot of fun playing this one. If you aren't already and you want to see more Darktide content, make sure you subscribe. If you liked the video, make sure you leave a like. That is all. Thank you very much for watching.
Where's the justice in that? I ain't going to find the whole day.
Oh.